Well, a couple in Idaho claim to have new details in the mysterious case of a missing Colorado mother and a possible murder plot. Joe and Patty Rockstahl say they called the FBI after learning disturbing details about the disappearance of Kelsey Berreth. They claim they learned the information from a close friend of Krystal Lee. Lee allegedly had a relationship with Berreth's fiancé, Patrick Frazee. Frazee is now charged in Berreth's murder, even though her body hasn't been found. Nikki Battiste is here with the expanding, twisting and turning investigation. Nikki, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. A source tells CBS News the FBI questioned Krystal Lee regarding her possible role in Kelsey Berreth's disappearance and that she is cooperating with authorities. Her alleged connection to Patrick Frazee is offering new insight into what may have happened.
She was in love with him from a very young age.
Patty and Joe Rockstahl say one of their employees, who is Krystal Lee's best friend, told them that Lee and Patrick Frazee had a relationship that began just after high school.
She was very vulnerable, and I think she cared for him, and he took advantage of that. He was her first love, I understand, and he had a hold on her.
The Rockstahls say they were told Lee, a nurse from Idaho and mother, visited Frazee as recently as November, the month his fiancée Kelsey Berreth vanished. They claim their employee says Frazee threatened Lee, and she may have helped him dispose of evidence.
Do you know what the threats were?
Patrick told Krystal that little girls go missing off the playground all the time.
Krystal was so scared. He was so angry that he said things that made Krystal think he had killed before. So, of course, she's going to be terrified.
The Rockstahls say they were told Frazee asked Lee 3 times as early as October to help kill Berreth, but Lee refused.
From what Krystal said, what was Patrick Frazee's motive?
That he felt that Kelsey was going to harm the child, that she was crazy.
Is Krystal Lee a murderer?
I don't believe so. I don't.
Berreth was last seen on this surveillance video at a grocery store in Colorado on Thanksgiving Day with her and Frazee's 1-year-old daughter. 3 days later, police say Berreth's cell phone pinged nearly 600 miles away in Gooding, Idaho. Several texts were sent from the phone, including one to her employer saying she would be away for a week and another to Frazee.
Do you think Krystal Lee sent those texts?
I do. She had the phone. She was probably instructed to send those texts by Patrick, but there's nobody else that could have sent those texts, to my knowledge.
Why would Krystal Lee, a nurse with children, help Patrick Frazee cover up the murder of his fiancée?
I think she was afraid, and I think she got in over her head. She was in love with Patrick, and we've all heard the stories of what people will do for love.
The Rockstahls have never met Krystal Lee in person. She has not been charged with any crime related to Berreth's disappearance. A jury trial for one of the 2 wrongful death suits Frazee is facing is scheduled to begin 1 month from today.
And thank you, Rockstahls, for speaking up, and glad to hear that Krystal Lee's cooperating.
Yes, and we just
Very
hope
sad
for
story.
Kelsey's family that her body's found soon.
Yes, we really do. Thank you, Nikki.